names because they were both messages of truth and reality. You're watching the Underground Railroad. And this is the second segment. And this is going to be seen in cable television and YouTube with the governor's permission.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. And you know what I want to know is he's running for governor. And I want to know what separates you from the crowd of the candidates that are running. Why should we vote for you opposed to the other people? It's an elementary question, but I'm being animated.
It's a great question.
Okay.
I'm competent, I'm knowledgeable, I'm experienced, and I'm fully conversant with the functions, operations, and network of the state government. I have a vision
Yes,
for
sir.
the state of Illinois to move the state of Illinois forward and create jobs, which is what people really need. Most of our socioeconomic problems stem from a lack of jobs in our community, and I can create those jobs. We're going to use $2 billion of the capital budget.
Yes, sir.
$31 billion capital budget that the state legislature passed. And we're going to direct that to about 2,000 businesses.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the state of Illinois, and giving them $1 million each with conditions and controls and criteria. And for every $20,000 we give them, they create one sustainable private sector job.
Wow.
So we're about jobs creation.
Job creation.
Now my opponents are about taxation.
Taxation without representation,
That's
proper
right.
representation. Okay.
That's right.
That's what they are all about. And you know something else that, now this is a question now, you don't have to answer this.
I'll answer any question.
Okay, but you know what, there are some people that wanted me to ask you this question out on the streets. They feel that, you know what, every time you get in a race, I'm gonna say the name Dorothy Brown, they throw her in a race. Do you think that she's thrown in by elite people to detract and to take votes away from you when they know that you're the strongest candidate, not to threaten what they may lose in terms of power?
That's a very good question. And there have always been people who've been put in races to divide and conquer. And I'm not naming any names. I'm not
Okay.
into that right now. We're into running a race for governor of the state of Illinois. I'm troubled by the fact that there's so many African Americans in a race, and it would be African Americans are progressive as far as I'm concerned, in one race for the county board presidency. It makes no sense whatsoever when there's so many other positions available, and when most of those people are office holders currently. So it's a troubling situation because we need more progressives in positions of power with the ability to move something and make something
I
happen.
got a feeling you're not going to answer that question. You're going to be politically correct, right?
Well, honestly,
because
I've never-
there's people out there on the streets that say, why does she keep on, and others, and it's taking votes away from you, and they would just unite behind you.
Yeah, well, I don't get involved in
Okay, I
black on
understand.
black or political crime or progressive on progressive political crime, because whether you're white, black, Latino, Asian, if you're progressive, we have the same agenda.
For all the people.
So I'd rather fight against the machine,
Okay.
you know, the Dailies and the Pat Quinns and the Dan Hines, and people who are going to continue to feed that good old boy network, feed those big government contractors at the expense of little people. We have people who are barely making ends meet,
Yes,
state
sir.
employees who are being asked to take furlough days. That's essentially a pay cut. At the same time, Pat Quinn doesn't go to government contractors, those rich guys, and say to them, you have to cut your profit margin. Yeah, I believe that we should have overhead. Yes, profit, but nobody should get rich at the taxpayer's expense during tough economic times.
Why is it, in your opinion, that the government, federal government, I mean, we're talking about Illinois state government and the city, always says that, you know, we're in a deficit, but they always vote themselves a raise.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to me and to the people? Because there's people that's wondering.
Sure, no, that's the height of irresponsibility. And I'm not in this for money. I'm not in this to feather my own nest or to get a job for my family members and friends. That's not what it's about. For me, this is an opportunity to break some of those glass ceilings.
Yes,
We
sir.
don't leave the underserved, our children and our children's children to fend for themselves. We have to do it. Any time is now.
And right now, are you looking for volunteers? Are you looking for volunteers to come in and help you?
Absolutely.
Because you know what, we want a governor that's going to do the right thing. And again, what he's doing right now is, I work at a grassroots, and he's making himself accessible to the little people. Some people call them the little people. But do you need volunteers?
Certainly.
Can they call you? Can they email you? Can you tell us your telephone number, your email address? Because in this technological age, you can reach more people on the internet.
Yep, absolutely right. You know, my wife has a cold, and I've been kissing my wife, so
Yes, sir.
forgive me. Yeah, in this technological age, we need people to be on the computers on a regular and ongoing basis. They don't have to come down to the office.
Yes, sir.
They can go online, they can get on Twitter and Facebook and MySpace, and they can sit around and they can do YouTubes and talk about this campaign, and they can spread the word. In addition,
Will you give me that website, please? Sure.
Our website is wallsforgov.com.
Yes, sir.
wallsforgov.com. We're at 1727 South Indiana. The telephone number, you can call me on my cell phone number, 312-525-0010.
I hope they will link, because you know you'll be able to see this on my website and YouTube, and I hope we can link it one way or another.
Great one, good one.
I have one more question to ask you. You know what? Behind every successful man, there's a woman. Can I ask you, how has your wife assisted you in that's a personal question,
Sure.
but I want to ask you.
There's no question with me that's off limit. I'm not smoking, drinking, drugs. I'm not chasing women. I'm doing the right thing. I'm trying to fight for people and set a good example. My wife is a very supportive woman, very knowledgeable woman, and she gives me the support I need to make it through each and every day, because some days are rougher than others, believe it or not. But most importantly, I don't involve my wife directly in the campaign, because I wake up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning
Yes,
on a
sir.
regular basis, and if she was directly involved in the campaign, I find myself waking her up to bounce ideas off of her.
Yes,
So
sir.
I try to have some separation. Even though she's there with me, she goes to events with me, and she's supportive, I try not to involve her directly in the campaign.
Blessed is a man that found a good wife.
That's right. Plus, I don't believe that
Yes, sir.
your family should populate your government, nor should your family populate your campaign.
Okay. So again, you know what, we get ready, like I said, this is going to be posted on YouTube, and in February, this will be on Underground Railroad. So can you give people the information where they can volunteer, and you can get your website out? Because they volunteer.
Absolutely.
Let me being enthusiastic, because hey, I want you to win, man. Okay, so please give me that information.
Our website is wallsforgov.com, WALLSFORGOV.com.
Okay. Now, you know what, I've been asking you questions for like 10 minutes. Is there any specific message that you would like to relay?
Yeah.
Transmit to the people, because I've been asking you questions.
Sure.
And I'm going to talk to them.
I want the people to believe that we can. We did it before, Harold Washington with Barack Obama. Certainly every movement is different, but this is a positive movement nonetheless. It's a necessary movement. It is a necessary movement that we're waging right here, right now. And we don't offend anybody. We're trying to unify the state by promoting culture and diversity and sensitivity.
I just hope when you do become governor, I'll be able to get in contact with you.
Absolutely.
All right. And I want to tell everybody, assalamu alaikum, and thanks for watching the Underground Railroad. Okay, it's on YouTube, and every Saturday night at 10:30 on cable access with me and my co-host, Alderman Virgil Jones. Thank you for being a guest on Underground Railroad on such short notice. I appreciate that.
Thank you. God bless each and every one.
Assalamu alaikum to everybody. Okay, thank you.